Greetings into the name of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, the first and the last. Emperor of Ethiopia, Karamau, Kedamau, Inegaso Negus. My name is Mnyasa wasEmbo. Real name is Linda Chirwa. I'm from Embo, Mbela. Mnyasa wasEmbo, Mnyasa of the ancient. I'm just here to share a little bit of knowledge about what I know about roads and stuff. Mr. Opapilane bought me this. I wanted it. I bought it at Graskop Coach Lift. We were there for tourism, so I saw this, and a lot of the sisters and the women there, they are selling handcrafted stuffs as well as a lot of things for tourists. So I was attracted to this ankh. I call this an ankh, but without the wings. But can you see the shape here that symbolizes life? So I asked him to buy this for me. So he did bought this for me, and I'll be forever grateful because I'll be holding this whenever I'm doing my teachings, because it is very important for a man to have a staff or a rod. You know, in Africa, kings are holding scepters, are holding staff. Even His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie had a scepter in his hand, a golden scepter, and the King Mswati, the third King Sobhuza, and all the kings, they were holding staff. You will see a rod in their hands. Even the newly crowned king of KwaZulu-Natal, King Misuzulu, is having a staff. So it is very important for a man to have a staff in his hand, to have a rod in his hand. It's like a thinking tool for those of you who went to different schools of thought. And for the farmers of thought, they call it the thinking tool that has got before, the present, and the future. The past, the present, and the future. They have east, west, north, south. They call it a thinking tool into different institutions, just like the farmers of thought, which is headed by Joshua Maponga, or Bishop Joshua Maponga, you may call it like that. So yeah, for those of you who are Jews and Christians, if you read the Bible, the book of Exodus chapter number 4, verse number 2, it reads that the Lord asked Moses, what is it that is in thy hand? And Moses said, a rod. So the teachings that we find there is that we must not approach God Almighty with empty-handed, with nothing in our hands. So it's very important to have a staff or a rod as a man. And you may remember that even elderly people, they tend to have what we call the Dondolo. Among those ones who are the Swati people, the Zulu people, as well as others, they have what we call Isakila. Let me show you my Isakila. Isakila. This used to be my father, Sakila. I don't know how to call it in other people's languages, but Sakila, it's a rod. Some of them, the elderly people, they use it to lean on it whenever they are walking. They use it to demonstrate some things. They use it to measure land. So how many meters or whatever, like that, by rotating until this is a marker. Then you rotate like this. Then from there you mark at the end of the stick. Then you rotate again to see how many hectares or meters of land they want. So I decided to have this because, you know, there is a certain group of people, they call themselves the Woke or the Hotep group or whatever. They are going around with ankhs, because ankh is a symbol of life. So they are going around with ankh, of which is an ancient thing. And ankh was used by the kings of the north, the Kemet pharaohs, the kings of the north as well as the south. We remember Kulukredo Muto was holding used to have a huge ankh. So ankh is very important. It's a symbol of life that draws positive energy. So it gives even sends in good luck. It gives you luck and all that. In Africa, we do not use a cross for positivity. We use a cross for negativity, because if you learn among the Makosa people, they will tell you that a cross is called Ispambano. Ispambano, it was used to twist someone's mind. Hence, among the Kosa people, they call it, when we are insane or crazy, they say upambane, meaning your mind is twisted. So Ispambano was used for that. But an ankh is a symbol of life. So it is very important for a man to have a rod, you know, thinking tool. You must hold something. Never approach the Lord with empty-handed. You must have something into your hands. So now, for those of you who are Muslims, this is an asa. The Quran says, for Moses had an asa. An asa is a rod of Moses. But this is a rod of Mnyasa. I'll be holding this in most of my teachings. And I'll be teaching more of African spirituality, which is part of it. And I'll be teaching more of Rastafari movement, what is Rastafari, and how is Rastafari relevant at this time and age. So yeah, thank you so much for watching me. I just have my voice rod, bought it from Graskop Coach Lift from one of the mothers there. So you may go there and buy your own. You can carve your own. It's my thinking tool. I'll be holding this whenever I'm teaching. You can even see my t-shirt is written African King with an ancient writing of Batwa, ancient writing of the Induku people. And I'm having, this was my gift. It is known by the Kenyan, worn by the Maasai, most of them, the northern brothers up there. So I'll be teaching more African teachings and wisdom and knowledge, because most people are teaching Bible, Quran, this and that. There's so much debate around that, which one is a true religion and that. But that's not what I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be teaching about African wisdom and knowledge. Thank you so much.